Welcome along to LUTV's coverage of a second pre-season friendly in 48 hours as Leeds United travel just a few miles up the road now to take on Guiseley of the National League North in this fixture at Nethermoor Park. I'm Simon Barlow, joined by Ben Parker for hopefully another entertaining 90 minutes. I know, Ben, you enjoyed a lot the game that Leeds United played at Bootham Crescent last night and won 5-0 convincingly as well.
Yes, I did enjoy it. Good evening, Sam. Good evening, everybody as well. 2 games in 2 days. We've been treated, aren't we? Treated with the weather. 2 great pitches. Pitch last night were fantastic. The pitch at Guys is always terrific as well. So full house in tonight. The Leeds fans have come out of the numbers yet again, and hopefully for another entertaining match like last night, like you said, Simon.
Yeah, and you join us just at the right time. The players are coming out onto the pitch now for this second pre-season friendly. Marcelo Bielsa going with a completely different starting 11 to the side that played and started at York City. Familiar face leading the teams out as well. John Moss, the Premier League referee, who is a local man, brings the Tides out. And let's go through the Leeds United lineup first of all. Marcelo Bielsa names, like I say, a completely different 11. Bailey Peacock Farrell will start in goal. Calvin Phillips is in the side as well, anchoring the midfield. We've got a back four of Ben White, Leif Davis, Jamie Shackleton and Yanni Alioski alongside Phillips in midfield. It's the 2 Poles, Matthias Kleek and Matthias Bogus, and then a front 3 of Jack Clark, Jordan Stevens and new signing Helder Costa. On the bench for the Whites here, Kamil Miacek, Bobby Canwer, Stuart McKinstry, Theo Hudson, Niall Huggins and Nohan Kene. So a young bench, but I think all eyes on Helder Costa here. Ben, let's see what he can do in his first appearance for Leeds United.
Definitely. Speaking to a few of the boys in training, I've always asked her what's it been like, how's he settled in. The one word that's come out of everybody's mouth is pace. I think that's his biggest attribute. I remember him obviously being at Wolves. I think a lot of Leeds fans remember him as well. The amount of assists he got, the goals he got, how exciting it was to watch. And again, there's another player along with Ben White, two new guys making not obviously the competitive debuts, but first time we get to see them in a Leeds shirt. I just really hope they're settling straight away because they're very good players. They won't be wearing the badge of Leeds if there wasn't. They've been brought in to help us out, improve us as a squad, and the 2 players have got real quality.
Yeah, so the sides are getting ready for kick-off now. Calvin Phillips, the Leeds United captain tonight, has done his bit with the referee and now goes back into the huddle as Leeds United in their all navy blue change kit will in this first half, as we watch from the main stand here at Nethermoor Park, be kicking from right to left. It's Guiseley in their home colours, white with the blue shorts, and of course last season they did give Leeds a bit of a scare in a similar pre-season friendly. Played a little bit later on in the summer, 4-3 the final score, Ben, and they were 2-0 up quite early on in that game, but very different side for Guiseley tonight and of course for Leeds. So referee Moss is almost ready to blow the whistle and get us underway. It looks like the home side will be going with a very potent looking strike force of Aaron Martin and Gabriel Johnson, both players signed from Brighouse, and they scored between them 60 goals. So they've moved up a couple of divisions in the non-league ladder. Underway then, and Guiseley instantly look to get it up towards the front pair. That's a good flick on and laid off by Kane Felix. Ooh, strong challenge already, just seconds into the match, and Matthias Bogus quick to get up after that challenge. Referee Moss wants to have a word with the Guiseley player. It's Felix who's getting this early warning.
I tell you what, it's one of those challenges. I think later on in the game or even start of the season, you definitely get a yellow card for it. I'm all for letting people know you're there and make sure you give them an early challenge, but left the feet, and thankfully Matthias Bogus just jumped straight back up, and thankfully it's all right. But that's the early challenge, that. Yeah,
we didn't see too many of those at Bootham Crescent last night. Ball forward here finds Bogus, who can turn and move it on to the right-hand side. Shackleton looking for movement ahead. Little flick on there from Clark. Doesn't quite come off, and it's cleared by Garner. Up it goes to the front 2. Nice flick on there. And here is Johnson, the pacey winger. Will try and get past his man. He's beaten Alioski. Tries to slide it through to a player who he knows very well from Brighouse Town, Aaron Martin, but that is cut out. And now Guiseley pick it up again. This is one of the trialists, and he finds Felix. Cross now to George Cantrell, who can play on both sides of defence. Back it goes via Garner to Hamza Ben Sharif, a name that you might be familiar with. Had a bit of league experience, formerly with York City as well, and he'll play at centre-back, the Algerian international. Now Leeds have it with Clark. Looking for movement. Costa jogs into the final third. Leeds just losing the 50-50s at the moment, as that one is played out on the far side.
Just an early one, so obviously we've got the team sheets here. I was interested to see who plays like kind of the focal striker at the moment. Jack Clark's operating down the middle, but I think with the front three, we've got Jordan Stevens sighted on the right, Helder Costa on the left at the moment. I'd like a little tuck-in position, similar to what probably Pablo Hernandez did last night. He wasn't playing out-and-out wing. He came into those little pockets in the hole, in between the lines. So I think with low three, I think they'll rotate throughout the evening, because all three of them are more comfortable playing in any of them three positions. And for an opposition defender, it's a nightmare to mark, is that.
Davis to Alioski. Good ball to Costa. Tries the little nutmeg there, but the defender Garner was ready for it. On to Johnson now for Guiseley. Tries to take on Click, but tidy work from the pole. Alioski coming back to help out in defence. He's been taken out there. And a few oohs and ahs from the main stand at Nethermore Park as he hits the deck hard, but he's all right.
The big thing from last night was how quickly reacted when we did give the ball away. Great ball by Matthias Click, as that.
Yeah, it goes out towards Stevens. Shackleton was overlapping. Might break for him now. Into the box he goes, tries the shot, and it's just not quite sitting for him, that one, and it goes wide of the target. But quick attack from Leeds United, spreading it from left to right, and good to see Shackleton get forward so quickly.
We know what he's possessed. We know the engine he's got on him. He's one of the fittest in the team, even at his young age, and that energy up and down. The same for Alioski as well, playing left back position tonight. Those guys will be trying to get forward at all possibilities. And the two boys that played full back last night for the 60 minutes, is Stuart Dallas and Barry Douglas. Same things from those guys. They were bombing up and down all night. And it's just good at this early stage pre-season. Get them minutes, get them extra yards in your legs.
Yeah, and don't forget, there'll be great coverage from LUTV of the matches in Australia. Manchester United and Western Sydney, the two fixtures out there. So really looking forward to the remainder of pre-season, of course, all building up to that first big championship match of the season away at Ashton Gate. It's a free kick to Guiseley here in the centre circle. And this is going to be sent in there by Jamie Spencer. Headed out. And Guiseley will try and knock it back in there, I'm sure. Leeds managing to get out of their penalty area now, winning it back in midfield. Nice turn from Click. Quick feet as well. This is one of the Guiseley trialists who sends it into the channel. Another one of the trialists fighting for possession. And eventually cleared back to the halfway line. So Jack Clark putting good pressure on there.
Excellent,
he scored
Jack.
in this fixture last year. And what a year he's had since then, Jack Clark. I bet if you told him last year where he would be in his football career right now, he probably wouldn't have believed you, but he certainly never lacked any belief in his own footballing ability, has he?
No, Simon, it was funny enough, we were chatting up before start of the game, and we were saying how many people came to the game last year and seen Jack Clark on the team sheet. Not many people knew who he actually was, and like I say, what a 12 months he's had, by the way, and he's got the ability, and it's great to see him back in the league shirt for the following season.
Oh, Alioski, again, he's the subject of a rather naughty challenge there. That was at Cantrell, and again, referee Moss might be having words with the Guiseley players. It is certainly a more physical game than we saw from York City last night.
Certainly is, and the amount of time he spent on the floor there with Alioski is always a concern, especially at this early in pre-season. We knew we finished end of last season with that injury to his knee. He's obviously getting up a bit gingerly. Just always worry about that. But obviously he went away with his national side, got them 2 games under his belt, and you just want people like this. Yeah, you don't mind the challenges as a player. You fully expect it. I've been in both situations, been in the guys. That's how you get injured.
It's going to be Phillips to take the free kick. Bent in towards
Great
the penalty
ball.
spot. Good touch. Oh, it's just wide. He stole in there from midfield. I think it was Ben White, wasn't it?
Great run by Ben White. All about delivery from Calvin Phillips. It was back end of last season when he started getting on the set pieces, doing the corners, the wide free kicks, and he's got great abilities, Calvin. It's something he does practice quite a lot in training. put into a fantastic area. Ben White, I could see he was disappointed himself, not hitting the target. What a way to get off the mark that would have been for Ben White. It's obviously the first time we've seen him in a Leeds shirt.
Yeah, it's a very interesting story about how he was scouted for a couple of years after impressing against Leeds United in the FA Cup while on loan at Newport County. Could be a chance here for the home side, but quick work off his line there by the keeper, Peacock Farrell, and the chance is snuffed out. But certainly the game is warming up now after a few minutes, and that chance for White, the best we've had to breaking the deadlock for either team. And here he is again, finding Phillips, who sits between the two centre-backs. Davis. That's a good ball. Fantastic over the top, and Alioski has got in behind Cantrell here. He looks up. There's two to aim for in the box. Tries a bit of trickery to get past his man, but cover was there from Garner. Nice first touch from Davis, trying to keep the visitors on the front foot here.
Well done, Davis. Great little ball over the top there. It didn't look like anything was on, but Alioski made that run from deep, from the fullback position. Great little clip over the top.
Yeah, just keeping your head up, watching your man, and waiting for the timing of that run to marry up with the pass, and that's what Davis did there. Now Shackleton finding Clark, but interception comes in there from Hamza Ben Sharif, and the tall man strides out from the back, looking to find Johnson now, the former Brickhouse winger, but he's lost that to Alioski. Clark foraging from deep. Makes a great run there. In fact, it was Jordan Stevens, in fact, who played that ball. Back from Bogus. A bit too intricate for Guiseley, and that ball is now going to release Kane Felix. Felix could be in here. Chance for the opening goal, and he slotted it between the legs of Bailey Peacock Farrell. And like last year, Guiseley have taken the lead against Marcelo Bielsa's men. It was Kane Felix who had the pace and the presence of mind to keep his head and slot it beyond the keeper. You
have to say, Kane Felix is well known on the non-league kind of stage. Had a few clubs, and he does possess that kind of calm finish. You have to say, kept cool, composed in front of goal, bearing down on Peacock Farrell there, and it was a good finish. But from Leeds' point of view, just slipped off mentally, and unfortunately, you do get that in pre-season where you just get. It's more your position kind of say, you just don't get quite there sometimes, and unfortunately we just got caught napping. We didn't win the first ball, didn't win the second ball. Ball's gone over top, and he's ran through on goal. But that's just something to brush upon.
Yeah, like I say, last season Guiseley actually were 2-0 up inside half an hour in this fixture, but Marcelo Bielsa's men turned it round in the end quite comfortably. 4-3 perhaps doesn't suggest that, but they were 4-2 up, and it was a late consolation for Guiseley on the night. Let's hope we get another 6 goals in a equally thrilling contest here, as it's chipped up by Phillips out towards Shackleton. His first time header will find Stevens. Good cut back to the edge of the box.
Behind their back four, and when you're doing that, you've got to have people trying to get into the box, and we did on that time. Unfortunately, the cut back just didn't quite get there, unfortunately, but it's gone out for a corner.
Well, Guiseley certainly don't lack height in the penalty area. Leeds might have to be a bit cute to find a way through here. Man on the front and back post here for Guiseley as it's curled in towards the far post area. And couldn't quite get the purchase on that header he wanted there, as it goes wide from Jack Clark.
Yeah, just going back to that goal, Simon, like where we conceded. It was just one of those. I think we tried to play like a little through pass through in the midfield area, bit congested. But what we did so well last night was winning the second ball back, and the effort was there. We just probably half a yard off, just not quite got there. And guys have been direct so far. We've got Martin up front, the big number 9, is winning a lot of things, and Kane Felix is playing off him. You can just see this one here. Won the first header. Kane Felix tried to get in again, and it's a different threat level you come up against. Non-league teams do play direct, so you just got to be careful of that.
Clark on his right foot, looking for a runner through midfield. Finds a teammate there. Stevens lays it off. Cut back to the edge of the box here. Bogus having to turn away from trouble, but Leeds have got plenty forward in this attack. White goes down Bit off the ball, that challenge, but the referee allowing play on, and Guiseley have it now.
I'm sure he can bring that back if he's trying to play on. There's no advantage at all.
Guiseley with the goal scorer, Felix, knocking it back. This is one of their try lists. And the experienced Ben Sharif, closed down by Stevens, who's certainly putting himself around.
He had a fantastic season as well last year with the under-23s. Yeah, obviously been working with Carlos Cobra and Danny Schofield. A lot of their work with under-23s does mirror the first team, so he's been given an opportunity. Done well last year, been involved with the first team. Couple of appearances, well, quite a few appearances on the bench, to be honest, end of last season as well. So a real bright prospect for the future. Got pace to bird as well.
There's a touch back from Helder Costa. Long searching ball, looking for that pace of Stevens, but this time Ben Sharif just managed to judge the bounce right. Goalkeeper for Guiseley tonight, also a trialist. I understand he played in their 2-0 defeat to Bradford City at the weekend. In fact, it's I think an unchanged side from that game. Bradford with those 2 goals, showing that they could deal with the direct threat of Guiseley. On it goes from White. Shackleton to Costa. Shackleton also had a good game, I remember, last year. Set up that goal for Jack Clark with a lovely cross. And they link up again with a crossfield pass. This time Alioski couldn't take it in from Clark's header. Won back in midfield, though, by Stevens. Loose one from Bogus will fall straight to Johnson, who can turn now. Clark putting him under pressure, and Bogus makes amends for that loose touch. Gets it again. Better play from Leeds in midfield. Clark has got Johnson all over him like a rash at the moment, and he just did enough there to put the Leeds player off. Here they come with Martin to Felix, the goal scorer. Goes down. It was nothing in that, really. The challenge from Davis, and Felix gets up, puts the cross into the far post. Great chance for a header, and it's over from Martin. Couldn't quite judge the pace of the cross there and tried to cushion it into the top corner rather than going for power.
We just can't control Felix and Martin, the two strikers playing up there, and with Johnson on the right hand side. Them three are causing a lot of problems, and we just really need to play like it's has a bit of meaning, because at the moment we're kind of going through the paces a little bit. But again, it's you've got to remind you that it's pre-season, but it's that competitive edge as a player. You want to do things right. You don't want people to start winning headers, so people start getting crosses and runners coming across you. Again, like I touched upon earlier, it's about pre-season. Get your position right, and then as the build up to the first game of the season, that's when we can come out and do the things right.
The right-hand side's been a pretty good avenue so far. Costa is trying to beat his man out there at the moment, and he's won. In fact, no, he hasn't. It's gone the other way. Guiseley get the decision from the officials. They'll be looking forward to their own league campaign in the National League North. Quite a big turnover in players for the joint managers, Russ O'Neill and Marcus Bignot. But like I say, they've signed quite a few goals in the acquisitions from Brighouse, Martin and Johnson, and one or two other players who've been here last season. They'll be looking to push on and get even more from. Bogus. Wide it goes. Shackleton always offering out on that right-hand side. Drops a shoulder but can't beat the try list, and it's cleared away. Won back by White. Bogus again, looking for movement ahead, has to go back to the halfway line. Patient play from Leeds United. Phillips finds Davis. Click had a great game at Nethermoor Park last year. In fact, all through pre-season, he really did put a marker down for a regular first-team place. This time, Costa foraging close to the halfway line. Not really seen him up in that front three too much in the last few minutes. He seems to be playing very deep at the moment.
Like I say, they just keep trying to rotate around. I just think they're trying to find that pocket of space at the moment. Guys have dropped in, just nearly got every man behind the ball at the moment. And they're just and guys are just trying to do. They entice the pass into midfield, a little bobbly one, because the pitch hasn't been watered. It's a little bit dry, getting a little bit
That's a good
That's
ball.
unlucky.
It was certainly a good spot anyway, and the run from Costa was direct and pacey in behind, but the keeper showed good reading of the game there. Right on the edge of his box. One back again.
Excellent
by White,
White,
who strides forward now. He really is good on the ball, and he tries a little trick on the edge. Doesn't quite come off this time. Garner equal to it, but centre-back versus centre-back there.
great little match. I didn't think we'd be seeing that too much when we came here tonight, but that's why it's been brought into the club. Like Nick in front of things, centre forwards, being strong, and then have that composure, stepping out with the ball, being comfortable in possession.
Bogus harried there by Dylan Barkers, who's just 18, but he's certainly physically well capable of playing with the older players. Bogus himself is still a young gun. Now Costa tries a little trick. He's been body checked there by Ben Sharif, showing all the experience there, the veteran. And the referee Moss will have a word with him, but it's a good position for a free kick, this.
Always find it when defenders give free kicks like that away. You know what you're doing. You know you're just trying to block his run, and you always protest. You're like, referee, I can't get out of the way. But nice little 1-2 with Bogus, held Costa, and just used his experience, used his quality, dinked it over Ben Sharif there, tried to get on the end of it, and like I say, great position. It's one of these more or less central of the goal, a little bit to the left-hand side of the D, but great position. Got 2, 3, 4 lads hanging over it. Let's see who's going to pull the strings on this one. I think Calvin's trying to take ranks now.
Yeah, he's picked the ball up and placed it. So he looks like he is certainly at the front of the queue here. Clark's now moved away. Alioski's the left-footed option, of course. And it's going to come down to one of these two to strike it. Referee Moss blows the whistle. Phillips it is, who sets up, hits the wall, and it comes back Guiseley's way. And, good skills there from one of the Guiseley coaches. I think you might know him as well, don't you?
He's not a coach. He's the guy's AD Towers. He's had every job possible at this club, and let me tell you, you'll still be talking about that when we come down here 10 years' time.
Well, we could sort him out with the video after the game if he's really that bothered. There's a chance there for Clark down the left. Takes on Barkers, who's been his shadow for the last few minutes. And he finds Davis. Good ball into the feet of Click, but the linesman on the far side did spot that offside. Looked like a good run initially from Click to break the midfield, but they must have held a good line there, Guiseley. We're not quite in line with it ourselves in the commentary position.
It looked like a tight one, to be fair, Simon, but it's good to see from the coach's point of view. You can put up with misplaced passes, mistakes this early on into the pre-season campaign, but what you want to see is runs like that going and beyond. Midfield runners, your full-backs like they've been bombing on. Just work hard off the ball.
Won by Martin. Davis, though, finds Alioski. That was Spencer making the challenge. Former Bradford Park Avenue player Jamie Spencer. He's really up for this game. You can see he's rattling into the challenges. White certainly likes to cross the halfway line in possession. Costa, nice turn and supply out to the right-hand side. Shackleton trying to link up with Click here. Back it goes to Matthias Click. Little ball inside to Shackleton. And the cross goes behind for a corner. Good
build-up play, nice and patient. Again, runners going in beyond. If they're crossing on, there's no point crossing. Let's start again and recycle the ball, and then we'll build the attack up again. Another third-man run goes in, eventually win the corner. But the movement's there, the working hard off the ball is good to see.
Alioski's last corner went to the far post. This one is to the near post, and it was cleared away by Guiseley once more, but Leeds going to pick it up again with the new signing Helder Costa. Loads of space out on the left if they can find Clark, who's asking for it. Instead, it's chipped into the box. The referee saw nothing wrong with that challenge. Shackleton. Costa. He's looking for Clark. And now he'll find him.
Well played.
Hugging the touchline. Little back flick there from Click. Doesn't quite come off, but Bogus will keep Leeds in possession. Click again. Time to turn. Stevens. Riding the challenge of Cantrill. Shackleton finds Bogus. Somebody from Leeds needs to pull the trigger at the moment, but it is patient play, as you mentioned. That's behind again, and once more the run just not quite on time as the linesman's flag goes up, and it's another free kick to Guiseley.
Just probably about 30 seconds previous to that, I thought Matthias Clicker was going to have a shot at goal. He looked like he was shaping up, tried to have a little dink ball, but again we recycled it, gone out to the right, switched over to the left. But everything's, for Guys' point of view, everything's in front of him. And as the back four, you can hear Scott Garner, Ben Sharif as well, talking to people in front of him, trying to make it hard for Leeds, trying to break them down. And they've earned the right, they've got the goal, they'll think, right, we'll set off now, try and make it difficult. But then it's up to the players for us. Can we have that creativity? I know it's difficult, not everything's going to come off, but the endeavours there, we're at least going to try a few little things, because as play last night was great, the little 1-2s, little give and goes, the creativity. I think the pitch was better last night, more slicker, but still, it's just one thing. Just try those little things, because this is what pre-season's for. Try and build into it.
Phillips finds Davis, who's certainly played with his head up so far and found some good forward passes. This time it's back to Calvin. Alioski. Trying the right-hand side now. Shackleton. White has gone on the overlap. Or the underlap, really, from a centre-back there. And now Shackleton comes inside. Just getting crowded out with the numbers in midfield that Guiseley have there. And the referee spotted a foul on the captain, Spencer. A little drag back. And it's a free kick to the National League North side. Marcelo Bielsa, familiar sight of him watching on from the dugout on the far side. Scribbling his notes as well, I'm sure. Plenty to say to these players at half-time. The starting 11 got about 60 minutes last night, didn't they, at York? Would you expect something similar, or maybe a bit longer for these guys tonight?
You don't know, because obviously you look at the bench, and it's obviously not as many as we had on last night, so you don't really know what the thinking is behind it, how many they're going to do. Obviously it's all pre-planned what they're going to do early stage of pre-season, but like you said, Simon got the 60 did majority of the all the players that did start, bear in mind Kiko, so you really don't know. I think as a player, you just want to play as many minutes as possible. You just, like saying the old saying, it's in the bank, get the minutes inside your legs. Obviously it'll hurt tonight, it'll hurt tomorrow, but you'll be thankful come 4th of August when we travel down to Bristol City.
We've had a change of ball as well, ready for this restart. And decent long throw that's been hurled into the box. And Guiseley causing a few problems there. That was Ben Sharif, I think, who got the final touch, but unable to guide it on target. That's a great spot there from Peacock Farrell. And Stevens has got that pace to get in behind. He's waiting for support now. And here comes the cavalry with Click. And back it goes to Shackleton. Bogus also into the penalty area now. Back with Stevens, the former Forest Green player. Little 1-2 didn't quite come off as it's won back by Barkers, but only as far as Click again. Bogus, is he going to pull the trigger? He does. It comes into a crowd of legs and should be cleared here by Garner. Well, that was cool play from the centre-back, but Leeds are going to win it back here again in midfield. Better intensity now from the visitors. Alioski into Helder Costa. Shows his good close control to get away from Cantrill. Now Davis. Alioski looks very busy out on this left-hand side. Shackleton down the line to Click, who's certainly making some good runs from that central midfield area. marrying things up, knitting the play together, and he's
Excellent.
got it back again here. Lovely 1-2 from Stevens, back to Click. Again, they're being very patient, not looking to rush the shot or indeed the cross. And then the pass goes astray. It's going to be Johnson to counter-attack for Guiseley. And he finds Felix, the goal scorer. It's briefly 3-on-3. Guiseley flooding forward. Felix, though, has run down a bit of an alley there, and he was shown down that alley by good defending from White. Now one of the trialists, but that's gone behind, and the referee indicates it will be a corner to Guiseley. Played 26 minutes now, Ben.
Yeah, again, Felix causing a lot of problems. We seem to not taking too much time on the ball, just not finding the kind of right option quick enough. But it's to be expected. But the good thing there, I think Alioski led it, the recovery, the reaction to losing the ball. It was unfortunate, nibbled back at Felix, couldn't win it, and then unfortunately gave a corner away on the second little nibble he had at the ball.
Looks like it's going to be whipped in right-footed. And unable to get the header on target, although it does seem to have come off the bar there. The referee has given the goal kick. That was Aaron Martin with the loopy header. Great goal kick before from Peacock Farrell to spot Jordan Stevens breaking clear there, wasn't it?
Some strike when he was winding it up. I was thinking, where's he aiming for? I couldn't really see Stevens. Kind of blended in with the crowd on the far hand side, but obviously Peacock Farrell spotted him early doors, and what a pass, by the way. Adding a backlift straight into his path. Excellent.
To their defensive stations to get some space in behind, and it might work now as it falls to Bogus. Clark, he's looking to play in Stevens. Defender just getting there first though, and trying to see it out. Does a decent job for Guiseley. Leeds United, of course, have a couple of really big fixtures down under in the continuation of the pre-season programme. Manchester United and Western Sydney Wanderers, the two sides that Marcelo Bielsa's men will face, and you can enjoy the usual great coverage from LUTV of that tour down under. Headed away by Phillips. Won back by White, and he's certainly eager to get forward, isn't he, Ben White, when he gets on the ball?
It's these modern day centre halves, Simon. I'd be getting a nosebleed if I was playing centre half, stepping that far forward. But look, he's a confident young man. He's been out on loan a couple of times, gained that experience, just playing games. I think it's invaluable for young players. If they're not playing regularly at the clubs, go out and play some games, and it's really developed on us. Bring on leaps and bounds. Obviously a high prospect, highly thought of.
Yeah, went back briefly by Guiseley. Alioski had a bit of a nibble there, but Martin stays on his feet. Finds Johnson. Spencer now coming through. Almost broke to him. Spencer still going. Eventually it's scraped away by White. And he showed his defensive instincts there to get in the right position to stop the danger.
Still, he didn't give it up at all, did Spencer, and like I say, we had to scramble around in numbers. Just thought for a second it would have broke through, but thankfully managed to clear the ball and get out of danger.
Yeah, Ben White on that season-long loan from Brighton, and you mentioned first team opportunities hard to come by at his parent club. Well, they've got arguably one of the best and most secure defensive partnerships that they've had for some time there with Duncan Duffy, so it's going to be tough for White to break into that team. That's going to be another opportunity for Guiseley to flood the box here, and Leeds being put under some pressure now with the long throws and corners. Not much room to work with when you're taking a corner here as well, is it? You really have one or two steps. Aimed towards Ben Sharif, but headed away by Leeds. Barkers nods it back in. Ben Sharif was lurking, but He does run dead for a goal kick.
That was good though, we defended it well. Like I said about positioning in pre-season, that's the thing that you kind of improve as pre-season goes on. And obviously like your quality of passing, all those kind of like technical side of stuff, because you're not done it for a number of weeks and it does take time to build up on. Yeah, it's all good doing in training. The boys pass the ball superbly. Some of the sessions they do, it's a pleasure to watch at times. But there's no better feeling, no better practice than getting out and playing an actual game against an opposition. And again, give guys a lot of credit. They're making things very, very difficult at the moment.
That's fed into Alioski's feet. He's gone down under a challenge from Spencer. And he's certainly come in for some rough treatment so far. Alioski takes the free kick himself. Clark, good turn. Johnson just got a foot in though. Now Martin. Straight back to Phillips. Here's Costa on the halfway line. He's managed to find a nice pocket of space now. Builds up a head of steam as he takes on Cantrill. The referee does eventually give the free kick.
To be fair, he had two to choose from. At the first I thought he's not going to give it a free kick here, but eventually did put the whistle to his mouth. But I like that from Helder Costa, nice and positive. Received it about halfway line, got on the half turn, wanted to go forward, getting on the ball.
Yeah, Costa again to Alioski. Bogus. Out to Costa. He will find Alioski, but he couldn't keep it in. Again, disputing the official's decision there. But I guess it's pre-season for referees as well, isn't it, Ben? You know, they've got to get their old skill set back as well.
Certainly have. It's good to see. Obviously, been a local referee. John Moss himself has come down. He'll enjoy this as well. And he's spotted a foul throw. You don't get many of them these days.
Yeah. A bit embarrassing, but
don't
think that was the best throw-in I've ever seen either. But it's gone to a trialist who tries to feed Felix. Good, quick reactions there from Peacock Farrell, who was right on the edge of his box to intercept.
Great starting position. That's a big thing that especially a modern day keeper needs to possess now, having that start position, because a lot of teams play with a high line, so any ball over the top, they've got to be there like the sweeper keeper.
Approaching the final 10 minutes of the first half at Nethermoor Park. It is still Guiseley 1, Leeds United 0. A relatively early strike from Kane Felix, the difference between the sides. In truth, Ben, the home goalkeeper's hardly really been worked, has he?
No, all again, they worked into the box.
Spencer, cross comes in. Turn from Johnson. It was a fairly tame effort in the end. Can Leeds get something going down this left-hand side? Alioski did keep it in there, although it looks like the linesman has got a better view than me.
I don't mind the idea from Peacock Farrell. He's just tried to release it quicker, try and get us on the counter attack. Unfortunately, they just had a little bit too much on it, but it was good. A good defending in the box as well from Ben White previous, like putting a block in, getting tight, but don't get people get on half turns, get strikes away, get tight, and that's your bread and butter. Like, it's been good him stepping out with the ball. It's nice to see, but that's your bread and go.
Guys, they've given it away in their own half here. Could be a chance for Leeds. The ball from Bogus, not quite what Clark wanted.
Again, the work rate's there. Simon's pressing people. It's good. Unfortunately, a little bit of quality wasn't there. Hopefully, again, you get better as that pre-season goes on.
Win it back in the Guiseley half again.
Keep driving.
Click to the edge of the box. And he's got a bit of a nudge there from Johnson. The home fans like that commitment. Martin. And eventually, the linesman's given it Leeds his way. To seem a bit of urgency here just before half-time from the visiting players. They want to go in a goal down. Searching ball,
Great
looking
pass
for Costa in that inside left channel. Turns it back into Clark. Opens his body up. Is he going to have a crack? No, he comes back onto his left foot. Now the cross from Costa, trying to pick out another blue shirt, but it's away by Spencer, who's everywhere for Guiseley at the moment. Loose touch there from Martin. Gives it back to Click. And they're looking for handball. The referee, again, a little bit lax with his signals, but allowing play on. Leeds still in possession, I suppose.
Can we switch it?
Yeah, the switch is certainly on. White now strides forward, coming down the middle of the park. Invited the challenge, but rode it. Costa. Got Davis in support. Costa. Stuck to his task well, the defender. In fact, it's Martin who's helping his defence out there.
Ulysses trying to be positive though is Helder Costa trying to beat him on the outside. But I'd say good defending though.
Click. Onto his left. Bogus will have a crack. That's cannoned off Ben Sharif and will go behind for a corner.
He was travelling that as well. A lot of ooze from the crowd around us. I think I gave one out myself because it was certainly flying, and it's a good job Ben Sharif's, should say, a big lad. Got in the way of that because like I said, I think the keeper would be getting troubled by that shot.
Leeds are switching corner taker. Alioski had a couple of goes with his left from that side. Now it's going to be an away swinging delivery from Phillips. Movement towards the back post. It doesn't beat the first man. Clark feeds it back out to Phillips. Man at the far post he's looking for was Alioski, but it's again cleared well by Guiseley. Costa wins it back.
Manon.
Yeah, Felix was sneaking up there behind Click, and he's just got a foot in there as well to disrupt Bogus's progression. Leeds have had to go back. Can't fault the commitment from Guiseley's players. One or two tackles early on set the tone, but really the work rate from the non-leaguers has been quite brilliant.
It obviously helps in Simon. Yeah, you score a goal. Again, like I touched upon, being in Guiseley's situation where you play against high-level opposition, they're coming down. If you get an early goal, it gives you such a big boost.
That's going to be brought down by Shackleton. Well, again, Spencer in the right place at the right time.
Excellent again, White.
Now White gets in front of his man, feeds Costa. This could be interesting. Costa onto his right foot, invited to shoot, still going. He tried to dribble round two players there when maybe the shot would have been the better option. Bogus now finds Alioski. Costa back to Alioski. Now Click. He's going to try his luck from distance. It's spun up and makes it easy for the goalkeeper.
You see the tempo's increased for the last 5 minutes, especially in the final third from our point of view. We try and play those little 1-2s. Things are starting to come off. When we do lose the ball, within the space of five seconds easy, we're winning that ball. We're trying to put them under pressure. And it's getting more difficult for guys sitting a bit deeper, but it's good. The intensity is still there, which you expect because they're a great bunch of players, ours. Really honest.
Alioski again down, and the referee hasn't stopped play just yet. The ball has gone dead, so this is another concern over Gianni Alioski. He's probably spent as much time on the deck as he has on his feet in this game.
You always find that as well. You find as a player, especially in pre-season, if you get one heavy challenge, 3 or 4 always come away. And spoke about having aches and pains after the game. I think Alioski's going to be feeling more than any other player at the moment.
Well, sportingly, that's given back to Leeds by Guiseley. Into the final 5 minutes of the first half at Nethermoor Park. Still the home side 1-0 to the good. Just the play in the final third that's been the letdown for Leeds, but it might improve here as Costa tries to head it back into the path of Click. Flicked on. Good composure there from Davis.
Done, Davis.
Cantrell denying Alioski and going on the overlap, but again, the Leeds player tracked the run. Good first touch play from Garner and Barkers, and it goes back to the keeper. Phillips got up very early there. That was always his ball. Slammed away by Garner. Well, that game against Manchester United in Perth will be the... that's almost straight over the goalkeeper there. That was a moment of heart-in-mouth play from Hamza Ben Sharif. Almost saw that one float straight over his goalkeeper.
I'm sure those two guys, they'll say they meant that, but 100% they didn't. Very lucky to get away with that, but I don't mind that little ball over the top, trying to stretch him. If they're going to push up a little bit there, guys, Costa at the moment is the one down the middle. Use your pace, use your attributes, try and get in behind him.
Here's Phillips. Bogus, first time onto Shackleton. Guiseley being forced back now as maybe Leeds' superior fitness starting to tell in the final few minutes of the first half. Davis. Looked for the run of Stephen. Clark, I believe, actually. Now Barker's charging forward.
Alioski.
Yeah, Alioski again setting the example with that recovery challenge. Yeah, I was just going to say, Ben, the game against Manchester United in Perth is the first match for Marcelo Bielsa against a Premier League team since he arrived at Ellen Road. I think the last Premier League side, according to my records anyway, that he came up against as a coach was Manchester United, and he won home and away back in the...
So, I'm sure they enjoy that one, like we all will.
Phillips. Alioski. Costa. Looks like Clicks hurt his head there in the challenge with Johnson and Cantrell, and the referee has had his attention brought to it now. Any kind of head injury, you'd expect the play to be stopped. Again, the Leeds player back on his feet without too many complaints on this occasion. Looking for Shackleton. Shackleton showing his pace against the trialist and won that bomb.
Shackleton.
Yeah, very well, and he's been dragged back as well.
Well done. Such an athlete. And also proved the temperament coming into those two playoff games against Derby County end of last season. What he's got, the ability he's got, and that's half time, Simon.
That's right. The referee John Moss blows the whistle to end a first half in which Guiseley took the lead through former York City and Stockport winger Kane Felix. Leeds did have a lot of possession and a lot of chances to feed it into the final third, but nothing quite clicked for Marcelo Bielsa's men. We'll be hoping for much better in the second half. Join us for the second half from Nethermoor Park shortly. changed. Welcome back to Nethermore Park. Second half just underway in this pre-season friendly between Leeds United and Guiseley. It's the Lions who lead 1-0. And just one change to tell you about at half-time for Leeds United, and that is in goal, where Kamil Mieczek has replaced Bailey Peacock-Farrell. I'm Simon Barlow, joined by former Leeds and Guiseley defender Ben Parker for this one. In the first half, Leeds certainly had a few more gears to go through, Ben.
Certainly do, and we'll keep reminding yourself it's pre-season, but the professionalism comes out of you, the competitiveness comes out of you, as Shackleton try to get in behind there early doors, early stages of the second half, but it does. You don't like being behind in games, but I'm sure from the staff's point of view, again, keep working hard off the ball, keep putting them under pressure, just like Stevens is doing there, as Click's trying to put Johnson under pressure. Keep working hard, work hard as a unit, and then that's when your quality start taking over in the final third.
It's Barkers finding Felix, who scored the only goal of the first half. Back to Hamza Ben Sharif. Quick scan of the Guiseley side. Looks like they are unchanged from the first half, and well, it was a pretty good performance from them, so why would the joint managers Russ O'Neill and Marcus Bignett change things around at this stage? Searching ball forward from Barkers, looking for the run of Felix. Unable to keep that one in though. But Kamil Mieczek on for Bailey Peacock-Farrell. Didn't really have much to do, Peacock-Farrell, did he? But one or two nice moments from him. Certainly the distribution from the back was quite notable.
Yeah, and I think that's one of the big areas he has been working on. Like all the keepers up at Four Parks, the Marcus keeper coach, Chris Elliott as well, working with these guys. They all work ever so hard. You'll see some of the training drills we do put out on LUTV when we do focus on the keepers. The work they're putting is fantastic, and like I said, the distribution's a big part of that as well. So yeah, obviously big Bailey Peacock-Farrell's coming off season and hit the ground running.
Here's Shackleton out on the right, quite advanced position, finds Clich, and Costa now tried the first time cross. It's cannoned off the defender, and Leeds starting the second half as though they mean business here. A few substitutes are warming up on the far side for Leeds, but no first team experience among them. Here comes the corner. Alioski back on corner duty. It's a good delivery this time, but well met at the near post. Costa shoved off it there by Felix, and well, Bogus had to do something there because Felix was about to run through on goal. That might have been a yellow card in a competitive match. Maybe,
but it was a difficult one for El Costa there. Like the ball's bobbly, it was sticking. He did ever so well to get back and make the initial challenge, but obviously with Bogus, again, Felix just got his toe into it before he did and couldn't really do much about that. But we know in this one you just want to say, like I say, try and get a high line, try and do your basics well, even in this early stage of the pre-season. Don't drop in. You can see Leif Davis trying to organise there, Ben White also.
Ball's drilled in towards the far post and really well met there by Alioski, who's under a lot of pressure to get it away.
Great defensive head was that, because a great driven cross in. And Alioski's marking one of the big centre halves, so obviously a height size difference, but stuck to his task superbly there.
It does look like a bit of a mismatch, that, doesn't it? Alioski is right next to one of the main aerial threats, Scott Garner, for Guiseley, and that's where it's gone in towards the two of them, headed away by Alioski. Clark with a clearance. Barkers heads it back in. Felix trying to roll the defender, which is Shackleton. Gets a good foot in there, and the pace of Shackleton will always give him a chance of nicking the ball away. Felix sticking to his task well, though. Can't get the cross in, though.
Good battle, I like to see that. See Shackleton stuck to the task. Kane Felix obviously confident. It's been a big threat in the first half, took his goal well, but I like to see that from Shackleton. Been dogged, could have easily not given up, but after the first two little nibbles, been right, I've done my job, but no, put the extra effort in, and that's where it starts burning on your legs, when you're getting low defensive, trying to jockey.
Taking the corner short to one of the trialists. Not bad quality on that ball. Garner couldn't quite cushion the header down for himself. But Kamil Miacek, the goalkeeper, gets his first significant touch. White, we saw him stride out of defence on a couple of occasions in that first half, showed great composure on the ball. One of the reasons why he was signed, and Victor Orta saying that they had tracked him for 2 years and had tried previously to get him from Brighton, but had to wait for their opportunity. Costa, good feet and the understanding there to find Shackleton. Laid off by Bogus. Here's Costa. Clark. Always on the move. Laid back, could be a chance here. Alioski struck it well with the right foot. Not his possibly best ever shot on goal, but certainly it was a real good moment that for Leeds.
Great build-up play. Started all the way back here. Ben White playing out to Jamie Shackleton. Little link-up play. And early part of this second half, just noticed Calvin Phillips. Every time, obviously, opposition play 2 strikers, we always have that deep line midfielder making that third man in defence. And I think the start of the second half is push a little bit further forward in possession, utilised the ball well, worked out to Alioski, like I say. And look at his effort, on his swinger on his right, sailed over, but a good move that.
Yeah, it was incisive on the edge of the box. And it did open things up nicely for Alioski. There's Johnson. And he's want to throw in very close to the corner flag. Sun very low in the sky now, and it's like it might be right in the eyes of the trialist who's going over there to take this throw. Did show in the first half he's got quite a decent long throw on him here, so Leeds will have to be ready for this.
I say it must be long, because like I said, the run up to the ball in the pitch isn't great at all.
Phillips got there well.
Done Phillips.
And now here comes the breakaway. The referee has spotted an infringement and pulled it back once Clark's progress was stopped. Leeds building from the back with captain for the night, Calvin Phillips. Back to Davis. Alioski drifting in from that left flank. Phillips, nice ball. Finds Bogus, who gave it a real good crack. Certainly plenty of power behind that one, but just lacked the direction.
Well, that's 2 shots now, Sam. That's flew over the boundary space for a couple of minutes, and hope it's not the same car that's getting the punishment in behind in that car park. But
you've not parked there, have you, Ben?
I don't drive here, mate.
Always the danger, isn't it?
I do know, like, back of my hand, though. it was great to drive into the car park, to be honest. Came with the crew, the guys, and no, it was good, but great build-up play. Alioski out on the left-hand side, jinked in. Bogus got on the half turn. Unfortunately, the shot was just a bit too much on it.
Johnson. The referee letting quite a bit go, but it has let the game flow.
Come on, ref.
Referee wanting the trialist to get on with things here. One back by Stevens. Nice back heel click to Shackleton. Good ball over the top as well. Defender covered well, Catterall. Barkers. Just 18, Barkers. One back by Costa. Wearing that number 17 shirt that we haven't seen for a while on the back of a Leeds United player. Back to Phillips. Well, wasn't much on there for Ben White, but he didn't panic. He found a forward pass. Leeds being very patient. Still inside their own half, but just looking to try and stretch Guiseley and try and draw them out of their defensive position. That's a great spot on the far side, isn't it? Here's Alioski being dragged back, but the referee allowing play on. Still going. Cantrell has another go at him and brings him down this time.
Fantastic pass by Ben White. You could see just 2-3 times we tried to get on the half turn, tried to play forward, the pass went on. We've done the right thing, recycled, gone round the back. Ben White zinged a pass out to Alioski. Alioski's touch a pinpoint, and he's grown into the game more. I think his fitness levels, you could see, is really fit lad, Alioski, like all the boys are out there. His real drive forward with the ball, he's taking on his opposite winger, and like from a guy's point of view, the wingers, more and more you get tired, you don't want to run back with your opposition full-back, so keep doing it, Alioski, keep testing him out.
I think he fancies a goal. I think some of the challenges he received in the first half have just given him that extra bit of motivation to get in the box, and that's where it's aimed at the moment towards Alioski, who gets the header in, and he scores!
Offside.
Oh, the linesman's flag has come up late on this near side, and although it looked like Leeds had equalised, it's been chalked off.
I was just about to ask you for the lottery numbers there, Simon, because you just called it previous, saying trying to get on the score sheet. Fantastic ball by Calvin Phillips again to the back post. Alioski drifted around onto the back stick, unmarked. Great header, unfortunately just drifted offside, but it's positive signs.
Yeah, and even though Guiseley do look to have an aerial advantage, it shows you with the right delivery that those headers are certainly there. Now looking to try and play in Stevens, but on the edge of the box might fall to Martin. Phillips won back by the trialist. Martin has a shot, well blocked by White. Just got a bit sloppy there for a moment. Danger still not cleared. Martin trying to bring it down. Back to Spencer. Tries the chip, and Jacek equal to it.
Fantastic goalkeeping.
Costa silking to get away, and now set this counter-attack in motion. Barker's though, the ball didn't quite run there. You mentioned the lack of watering on this pitch, and it's just not quite zipping through, is it?
Not at all. Completely different to last night when the pitch was, well, got the sprinkler system at York. It's a massive help, especially in pre-season when, like I say, humid conditions, very sticky pitches. And then when you've been used to fantastic for Parcher, fantastic ball goes through to Mierzek there again. Used to the ball zipping around for Parcher day in, day out. But it's just a little string, but you just got to adapt. Nothing wrong with that. Because you've got to come challenges throughout the season where you've got to adapt. Because all the conditions aren't going to be in your favour. So it's good to see the boys trying to work it out as the half and as the game goes on. Referee.
Well, referee allowing Felix to get all over Davis there, and he was allowed to play on. Davis not happy at all with the referee's lack of a whistle on that occasion, but thankfully he was bailed out.
They can be awful them as a defender when the ball's not dropping, it's still bobbing around, still bouncing. But I have to admit, I thought Leif Davis got fouled at least 2-3 times there. I expected the whistle to be blown. It wasn't. But Mierzek there in net, he wasn't. He played on as normal. Gratefully he did that because he produced quite a neat save down low to his left hand side.
Johnson to take the corner. Garner heads it back. Away by Bogus. Now Alioski. Spencer. Good ball. This is Johnson. Good first touch as well. And the recovery there from Davis was just what was required.
Excellent. Again, that's a massive thing that pleases coaches. Transitions in pre-season, you're going to lose the ball, you're going to make mistakes, that's a given. But how can you react as a defensive unit, even just as a collective unit? Davis obviously was stretched out, had to make a last-ditch block. Thankfully, did. Great block.
Pressure still on the visitors as Johnson's corner. Good one, headed towards the back post. Trialist trying to sort his feet out here and get a cross back in. He's dug it out, and a great punch away by Miacek when there were two Guiseley players waiting. Here's Stevens. We've noted his pace. He's got support now as well. If he can spot Click. Well, Barker's got back, but the header was a little bit loose there. Leeds still with an opportunity now. Bogus back to Shackleton. Left that bit short there for his teammate. Barker's with those long legs stepped in. He's gone down. Referee ignoring his claims for a free kick. Now a shot from distance. Davis, it might fall to Stevens, but the flag goes up again.
I like that from Stevens, though. He's aware. Obviously, it wasn't the greatest strikes from Leif Davis. Again, don't mind him having a pop from there. So not people aren't going to close him down. Have a pop, but scuffed it. Believe Davis good. He was aware. He was bright. Trying to get an end of things. Unfortunately, strayed offside. As we've got guys to play down injured there.
Yeah, the physio's coming on here to have a look at Dylan Barker's. Just seemed to hold his knee or just the thigh as he went down after that attempted challenge to win it back during this injury break. A lot of the Leeds players going over to get some fluids inside them. And no sign of any substitutions being made yet by Marcelo Bielsa and his coaching staff. He's happy to let these players stay out here beyond the hour mark. Just briefly reflect on last night's game live on LUTV, a 5-0 victory against York City, and well, some real standout displays there. I know it's only pre-season, but a lot of positives to take from that match.
It's funny, I've spoken to a lot of people about the game last night today, and that phrase to say only pre-season came up quite a lot, but a fully enjoyable game, to be fair, Simon. Like I said, these type of games, sometimes they can be full of loads of errors, they can drag out, even when you're playing, they seem to last an age. And what the boys did, they showed a real desire. Yeah, the quality was there. We know the players have got quality, but it's their work rate that impressed me so much. The speed of closing down on the transition, losing the ball, working ever so hard to win it back. That was great to see last night.
Yeah, particularly impressed by young Alfie McCalmont last night. Thought he really took that responsible role in midfield in his stride. Cross comes in, Davis in the right position to cut that out. Clearance will reach Stevens. Tries the first time flick, but again, great work by Cantrell there to win it back for Guiseley. He's got on the attack again here, Cantrell. This is Felix now. Gets the cross in. Kept in by Martin. Guiseley looking for a second goal here, but strong play by White. And again, he's got that ability to carry the ball. Very good composure and very good balance for a defender. Costa. Looking for the right pass. Clark. Trying to slot it through to Shackleton. Set up here for a shot, maybe. Comes back to Clark. Should just say we look like we got a substitute who's going to be coming on soon. Shackleton. Shackleton finds Costa, twisting and turning. Just couldn't quite get that half yard for the cross. Stevens. Leeds camped out on the edge of the Guiseley box now. The Lions are cornered as Costa finds Shackleton. Back he goes to the Portuguese international. Chips it to the far post. Just over the head of Alioski, but he will keep it in. Guiseley trying to get some pressure on the ball here, on the edge of the box, and the referee said that was too much pressure on Clark. As the free kick goes Leeds' way, and it's in a good position here.
Great position again. Again, good patient build-up play in the final third. I like that we're just not, when we get a bit of time out wide, we're just not slinging crosses into the box hopelessly. We're trying to do the things the right way, trying to work the ball, trying to drag defenders out of positions, just trying to move the ball. And Jack Clark there is drawing the free kick, again another dangerous position, similar to one like we had in the first half, to be honest. This time Mateus clicks over the ball.
Looks like the substitute might be about to come on for Guiseley as a goalkeeper.
Bit of a strange time for that if it happened.
Yeah, here's the free kick, click. It's on target. Oh, I thought it was on target. It's just drifted wide at the last second. And the home side about to make their first changes. I think it might be a double switch, actually. You saw Phillips on free kick duty in the first half. That was his midfield colleague Click, but just drifted away, didn't it?
Skills to possess. We're seeing him the amount of goals he got for us last season. Real vital player for us as the season went on as well. And I think from our angle, I thought he might have just drifted into the top corner, but just found the other side of the post. But I'm sure he'll be staking a claim to get on the set pieces this season because he can strike a great delivery, can Tejas Click.
So one of the home-produced talents coming on here for Guiseley, Alex Starchenko. And as you heard, a goalkeeper has also replaced the trialist who started has been replaced by another trialist. Ben White for Leeds United. Back to Leif Davis. Looking for the run of Bogus, who's broken between the two defenders. Headed away by Ben Sharif. Out it goes to Shackleton. Click. Now Costa. Tried to swerve outside Cantrill. He's got past him eventually.
Referee.
Still going here. Looking for a penalty. The referee says play on.
How can you have an advantage?
Leeds building up for a shot here. Shackleton. Not too many complaints from Costa, although pretty much everybody on this side of the pitch thought that was a penalty.
I don't understand how you can have an advantage when he's about to give a penalty. Hey, it's pre-season for the referees as well, Sam. Let's remind ourselves of that.
I think it was pre-season for the referees all of last season, wasn't it? Here's a chance for Shackleton, cuts it back. Doesn't quite fall for Clark or Alioski. And the home side, well, the home fans living on the nerves a little bit at the back there. Clark, is he going to pull the trigger? Now surely, Click. Charged down by Ben Sharif.
Good recovery run.
Costa, great turn.
Excellent.
He could be in here. Costa still going. Gets the shot away, and there's the goal.
Yes.
Helder Costa. That's what Leeds United want to see from him this season. Well, I think if he can produce a few more like that, then there's a good season ahead.
He's grown as the second half has gone on. Last 5-10 minutes, he's been getting on the ball. He's been direct. He's been going on the left. He's going on to his right foot. The full back there for guys who don't know where to stick a twist. And that's what we wanted to see. This is what all the Leeds fans have come out tonight to see. Helder Costa in the Leeds shirt, getting a fantastic goal like that. That'll do him a world of confidence. Let him settle in straight away. Fantastic finish there. Didn't whether want to go on his left, on his right as a defender. Spun him so easily, drove it in onto his right. You think, right, can you ever finish? Slotted it nicely into the bottom corner. Yeah. Great finish.
Again, I think what also impressed me was the way he kept his head up after that penalty appeal. It was literally only 60, 90 seconds before that we thought he was brought down in the box, but he didn't complain. He kept his head in the game, and he gets his reward.
He's got a great attitude, like you're saying. It's played over here now for number of seasons at Wolves, so he's adjusted to the English conditions. He knows he's going to get kicked, but what does he do? Straight back up and, like I say, produce an excellent finish.
Now Leeds looking to really take this game by the scruff of the neck. They've won a corner, I think, through Clark.
You just could sense it, couldn't you, Simon? The last 5 minutes or so on the
tempo's been raised here by Marcelo Bielsa's men. They'll try to get this ball in, but that's been cleared by Guiseley. Davis, well, he's lost it there to Felix. We had help from Phillips And White again looking very, very good as he strides through midfield, wins the free kick from Martin.
Bit of cramp for Ben White down on the floor there. Feel his pain, what he's going through. Not a nice place to be, that. But grind it out. Get those minutes under your belt. Ben White, you'll do stand a world of good coming in, like I said, 4th of August at Bristol City or this.
Polish international Matthias Klich finds Shackleton. Phillips tried the first time ball. Back to Klich. It's been cut out by Guiseley, but
Well
Bogus
done.
has just shoved Spencer off the ball, and the referee says play on. Now Costa cut back into the penalty area looking for Bogus. They're not quite so certain with their clearances at the moment, Guiseley.
Well done.
Firm header won by Davis. And again, gets it under quickly. Tries to slot it through. Good chance here for Stevens. He's not quite able to get onto it, though.
Great play by Leif Davis, though. Stepping out in front, using his pace. Great athlete is Leif Davis. Loves getting up and down. Tonight, obviously, playing centre-half position. Hasn't utilised it as much, but just a little glimpse there what he can do. Can step forward, use his pace. But that's a little bit too much. But good little movement by Stevens, trying to get him down the side as well.
Guiseley 1, Leeds United 1. 20 to go at Nethermoor Park. And all to play for. Still no sign of a lead substitute being made, but again the flag goes up against Stevens. That linesman has been quick on the draw tonight, hasn't he?
Certainly is, and he's a brave guy, the linesman, because he's bang in front, a large crowd of Leeds fans gathered around him, obviously disagreeing with every decision he's making there, if it's going in our favour, but some pass by Calvin as Ben White's just gone down, obviously feeling the cramp, and it's to be expected.
Yeah, I was reading on the Leeds United official website today an interview with Alfie McColmont after last night's match. He'd obviously had a good game and mentioned how he'd been putting in double sessions in pre-season, 9 a.m. till 7 p.m. That shows the commitment and really the regime these players have to put themselves through to get into Marcelo Bielsa's side, to get recognised and to stay in there. It's
a sacrifice they're willing to make, and we showed last year we were the fittest team by far throughout the division, and the players reaped the rewards from that. And I fully expect us to do the same this year. I expect us to be again one of the fittest teams out there. The players have got to work hard. They've got to put the effort in at the training ground. And like I say, they are doing that throughout all the sessions they have been doing.
Well, it looks like we're going to see a change here. Well, certainly for Guiseley as well. Dylan Barkers, who picked up that knock about 10 minutes ago, has gone off. And Kennedy Diggy has replaced Dylan Barkers for the Lions. And this is the Leeds United change as Noan Kene comes on, and he'll slot in place of the unfortunate Ben White.
Yeah, with Kenny there, he's a highly prospect, highly thought of at the club. As they're trying to deal with this now.
Could be a chance here for Johnson. Oh, well, he got a foot in there.
Great
did
defending.
Substitute just did enough.
Thrown it in the deep in there, wasn't he, Simon? I was just about to say, he's highly thought of. He's a lot of clubs up and down the country were vying to prize him away from us, but full credit to him, full credit to everyone involved at the club. Obviously, what we do, we give young players a chance here. He's obviously seen that. He's a hungry footballer. He's an England Youth International, goes away with the national side for his age group, so great prospect. And obviously shown there straight into thick of action. Could have easy to switch off, just come on, but put a great block in.
Well, we've got a delay whilst there's two balls on the pitch at the moment. Punched away by the keeper. what a chance this is as well for a young player, like I say, very highly thought of, and clearly there could be a big future ahead of him with a pathway. But what a chance this is now to just show Marcelo Bielsa what he can do in the flesh here for the final 17 minutes.
Definitely.
Chance there. Oh, it's straight at Miacek. It was a snapshot from Scott Garner, who found himself in the penalty area following that earlier corner.
You mentioned about a great chance to impress. The boys proved last night, each and every one of the young players came on for the last half hour. Mentioned Alfie McCalmont, did themselves the world of justice, like fantastic.
Here's a substitute, Diggy. And a chance here for Felix. Scraped away. Johnson now trying to follow up. And again, brilliant block by Phillips. Might come here to Martin once more. And eventually Leeds clear.
Great last-ditch defending was that. Fantastic. Throw your bodies on the line. Good 4-5 blocks. Everyone putting it on the line.
Well, Diggy's given it away, and he couldn't have given it away to a worse player as Costa is breaking through the linesman flag, but it was for a foul by the Portuguese.
I love that, though. Seeing him just knocking it and run. Real pace to burn as Helder Costa, and shows his fitness levels as well. Still going. Obviously, they've got to the 75th minute mark now. The players, obviously, they're tired. We've obviously seen Ben White go off with that touch of cramp. This is the way your body's aching, it's screaming, the muscles are screaming at you, but dig in now.
Good header away by Davis. Clark. Neat skills. Diggy got a foot in. Back to Clark. Took a risk with the pass, but had full confidence in the young substitute, who knocks it to the right here. Shackleton. Oh, it's another ambitious ball, but it does eventually find its way through to Clark.
Great pass.
Now Click. Good first touch. He's got Shackleton up with him, but the defender, Cantrell's done so well there tonight. This is Starchenko. Won back by Kennett, and good feet from Costa. Felix trying to nip away at his heels, has just done enough there. Johnson couldn't take it. Back to Phillips from Kennett. It looks like Marcelo Bielsa wants to get 90 minutes out of the majority of his players tonight. Almost ran through to Stevens there.
Just Garner's wild swing just put him off, I think, there. I think it just didn't happen for that. It obviously the wrong side of him, bearing down on goal. And this time it was onside. Just that wild swing from Garner put him off.
Yeah, Jack Harrison scored the first goal last night after a York defender had taken a bit of a swipe at it. Sure, he'll be resting up for the trip down under now. Davis looking for an option long here. Here's Click. Costa just trying to poke it the way of Shackleton, who's
excellent Shackleton,
like the ever-ready bunny, isn't he? He's just all over the place, all action, all energy. Chipped up into the box here for Costa. Nice flick inside, volleyed home. What a goal! It was one-touch stuff, and it's Bogus who slammed it in for the second.
Fantastic finish there, Simon. Helder Costa at the heart of things. Jamie Shackleton, he was the architect, his driving run. Like I said, it's all action. He's so quick over the ground, Jamie Shackleton. Changes direction, his energy levels are fantastic. Mateus Click, a little dinky ball over the top for Helder Costa. Laid off to Bogus. Difficult finishes that made it look very, very easy. Drilled it into the bottom corner. Similar type of area where the ball finished up for Helder Costa's goal. A fantastic finish, and Leeds in front 2-1.
A goal made in Poland and Portugal puts Leeds ahead, and into the final 10 minutes shortly This is a match they've had to chase from, well, early on in the first half. But they've remained patient, haven't they? They've not really tried to force the game. They've just kept to their principles and stayed patient, and the goals have come.
Certainly have. And the little things there, Leeds trying to track back.
Johnson's got around the back here for Guiseley. Again, the young player Kenny knew where to be. Shot comes in. Oh, that was a stinging effort from the substitute Kennedy Diggy, and he really gave it a good dig.
And again, you mentioned there about we remained patient throughout the second half. The thing that's impressed me so much throughout the entire of the game, but even more so the second half, we've done the horrible side of things. We've dug in really deep. We've tracked runners with last-ditch tackles, last-ditch blocks. You have to do these type of things, and it's great. Your body's tired, your mind's tired. You think you start making mistakes. This boy since he's come on, has made some great last-ditch tackles
and playing out of position as well.
Yeah,
usually a midfielder.
Predominantly, he is a centre midfield player. But again, this is part of being a player for Leeds United now. You need to be able to play 2-3 different positions. We've seen it players throughout last season come into the role. Jamie Shackleton here on the ball, played the centre midfield against Derby County at the end of the season, playing it right back tonight. So just shows you can play these different positions.
Phillips going for the ball over the top there to Alioski. And he's won a corner, I think.
Yeah, done well to win that corner.
There wasn't much on for him. He was tightly marked, but those quick feet were enough to win the set piece. Now, Leeds have nobody in the penalty area at the moment, but I think they're going to take this one short.
I think we know where this ball's going to go. No one's in the box.
Well, I think they're going to have to make some late runs here from deep. It's gone short, though. Phillips goes for goal. Ooh, how far away was it? Difficult to tell from this angle, but probably within his rights to have a go because there wasn't much to cross for.
Well, when you're looking up from a corner taker's point of view, you just see Jamie Shackleton as the single, lone kind of striker, attacking player in the box. You're thinking, yes, it's going to go short, is this one? And when he played the little short one with Alioski, again, no one in the box, and it's definitely gone for goal. And fortunately, just wide of that far post.
Guiseley still in this match with 9 minutes to go. Don't think the referee will add too much on for stoppages. Kenner did the right thing there.
Great decision.
Had to make a decision, had to make it quickly, and went with the no-nonsense option. Leeds physios having a good look at the player down on the far side.
I don't know if he got like a stray elbow.
Well, he's been in the wars all night, hasn't he? So hopefully it's nothing too serious. Let's reflect on that goal again from Matthias Bogus, the one-touch play and the assist, I suppose, as well. He's scored and he's assisted a goal tonight, Helder Costa.
And again, this is what the Leeds fans want to come here and see him do. Hit the ground running. Usually as a new signing, it can take a handful of pre-season games to kind of get up to the speed of things, settle in with your new teammates. But with someone of his quality, international player, playing with Portugal, playing in the Premier League with Wolves, possesses all the quality we look for in a player. So it's been fantastic so far. These 83 minutes couldn't have gone any better for him personally, like saying assist, a goal. It's been great to see. As Alioski's making his way over to the sidelines, rather tiredly, rather gingerly.
Yeah, he's taking the shin pads out. I think this is the end of his match tonight now. He'll be on the treatment bench tomorrow, no doubt. But
he's earned his massage.
Leeds are going to play on with 10 for the moment. Here's Martin trying to bustle his way past Kenner, who does a great job again. Got his body in the right position and just stayed strong.
For such a young player as well, you can see he's built like a man. They work so hard. As Calvin just got dispossessed, but does ever so well to win it back again.
Phillips just trying to exert some control on the game now for these final few minutes. Davis. Clark playing a bit deeper now. There's no Alioski behind him. Won back by Felix. Scored Guiseley's goal that gave them the lead in the first half. Leeds have wrestled back the advantage. Now ball forward looking for Clark. Garner came across. Here's Click.
Great run, Shackleton.
Yeah, Shackleton always looking for that run in behind. Costa. Back to Kenner. Phillips. Phillips again, working it to the left-hand side. Clark. In fact, it's the substitute who came on just a moment or two ago, Niall Huggins, who was trying to win that challenge.
Again, another one, Niall Huggins, involved heavily within the youth setup last year. Be delighted to get just some minutes playing with, like, grew up watching these guys, the Calvin Phillipses, Tayers Clicks, and share a picture of them. It's great, but he'll be wanting to impress. That's the mentality of these young players now coming through our club. They know they're going to give them opportunities if you're good enough, if you show that eagerness. We've got two with Jamie Shackleton, Jack Clark. No one really knew too much about them this time last year, but they certainly know now.
Clark, is he going to drill one? He tries from distance. It's cannon back off the defender. Matter of minutes to go at Nethermoor Park. Leeds looking for a third. Phillips. Kenner. Tried to feed it into Costa's feet. Layoff from Click. Kenner firmly into the path of Clark, but Guiseley have it back now. Diggy. Couldn't thread it through, and Davis intercepts now with Costa. Clark. Back to Kenner. He's kept everything simple, hasn't he, since he came on?
And I like that. Shows maturity, especially in this position as well. You don't want to try any flashy things, be extravagant, but trying to work the ball behind again.
Temptation for a young player might be to try and catch the eye, but he's just doing the simple things right, doing the basics, and I think his defensive instincts have been great.
And that's what I think that's what the manager loves about the young players coming in. To just stick to their job. Don't try anything spectacular. You don't need to do that. We've got players in the team who can do the spectacular. Your Pablo Hernandez, one comes to mind. So in terms of Kenner there, it's great. Settled in nicely. That early block had done his confidence in the world. Just get a touch, do something good, makes you feel good about yourself coming into this setup.
Chipped up. Looking for the run of Huggins on the far side. Comes back to Click. Clark. Ball's like it's tied to his toes with a piece of string. Back to Kenner. Still going here. Trying to set up Costa.
And ball.
Davis against Felix. These have had a few battles tonight. Felix backing in again, but Davis is strong. Felix still going here, though. Good challenge, Phillips.
Excellent, Phillips.
Entering the final minute of the 90 at Nethermoor Park. Leeds lead 2-1 rather. And that's it. The referee has blown the whistle. Leeds United had to come from behind. National League North side Guiseley took the lead in the first half through Kane, Felix. It took a while for Marcelo Bielsa's men to finally hit their top gear, but when they did, we saw two sumptuous goals. Helder Costa with his first for the club, dribbling past defenders, committing men and finding the corner, and Costa again involved in the second after good work from Click and finished off by Matthias Berger. So Leeds continue their winning run in pre-season following the 5-0 victory over York City. It's a 2-1 win at Nethermoor Park. From myself, Simon Barlow and Ben Parker, it's a very good evening, and don't forget to enjoy our coverage of the Australian Tour. Thanks and good night.